Hey guys, hello and welcome to Bardock Games tutorial series. In this video series we're going to cover how to make your own Battle Royale style map. For the purposes of this tutorial series I have selected the Greasy Groves map. It already comes pre-equipped with a lot of like chests and stuff that I don't have to put in myself, so it's pretty easy to do. It's going to be a little bit of a smaller Battle Royale. You probably don't want 100 people in this small little map, so I'll use like 30 or so people. But we'll go ahead and get started with the boring stuff. We're going to go ahead and go in here to Island Settings, and we're going to set the mode. We're going to change all the settings and stuff you're going to need for that. So for the max players, you're going to go ahead and bump it up to whatever you want. I'm going to pick 30 for mine. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can set it for a free-for-all. Or what I'm going to do, just so we can have a clear winner, is I'm going to have it set for 30 teams of one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real fast. And then team size is just going to be 1. And then total rounds, how many ever times you want them to play. You can set it whatever. I'm going to set it for 100. Alright, and I'm not going to mess with any of the matchmaking settings. Friendly fire doesn't really matter. Team rotation doesn't matter. I'm not going to do classes. That's all fine. Spawn location. I think we're going to do, well, no, and I'll show you. I'm going to do spawn pads for this, and then I'll show you why here in just a minute. Respawn time, 5 seconds. Spawn limit, we're going to set to 1. Join in progress. We'll just do spawn on next round. Actually, yeah, spawn on next round. After the last spawn, go to spectating. Drop. Turn that off because I will have vehicles in here. And all that's fine in condition. Alright. We'll set it to like do like a 20. Let's do 30. A 30-minute timer. We'll leave all that. Round win condition. What else is there? Let's do time. Go ahead and fix all this real quick. Yeah, that's all fine. Player flight off. I'm going to turn off glider redeploy. I do need to turn on, if it hasn't already, fall damage on. And shields. Yep, that's good. Self damage should be off. Pickups should be normal. Yeah, let's leave all of that so they can build. Okay. I think most of this is going to be good. Just kind of going through all these real quick. Alright, that should cover most of the settings. So, we'll go ahead and get started with building a pre-game lobby area. I think I'm going to build mine kind of up in the air, kind of out of the way. And they'll spawn in there on spawn pads, and then whenever the timer counts down, they'll teleport into the sky. So I'm going to go ahead and build up that pre-game lobby area real fast. Shouldn't take but a second. Okay, so I did something a little bit different than I normally do. The islands that I chose in the sky were a little bit small to have 30 people kind of hovering around in. So I made 3 separate ones with 10 players each, and they all have their own mutator zones to keep them from killing each other while they're inside there. And then I added a giant mutator zone that covers all of them. So if you do that, just make sure that this mutator zone covers every single area, so that way anybody that enters this zone will be teleported when the timer runs out. Okay, so now that we got that set up, I'm going to go ahead and then set up a timer device. We're going to need that to trigger the players, and then we're also going to need a teleporter, or probably several of them, so not everybody teleports in the same spot. So first things first, I'm going to pick a spot to place your timer device. I don't need that, I need this. There we go. And then this is going to be your little pre-game timer. I'm going to go ahead and label it real fast so I know what I'm looking for later. I'm going to set this timer pretty short for like maybe 10 seconds. And start at game start. I'm going to turn that on. Can interact. You can turn that off if you want. It's not really going to matter because they're not going to be able to see it to activate it anyway. And then completion behavior, make sure that is on reset, so it resets every round. Success on timer end is true, that is default, so just leave that. The other things you want to change, the timer running text, I'm going to go ahead and put that to game starts in, and then show in HUD yes. The urgency mode, no. Audio effects, I'm just going to turn those off. And I want to make sure that this is not visible. So find that. Visible during game, hidden. There we go. So now this little timer, when the game starts, will count down. I'm going to set a trigger on it to where it triggers that big mutator zone. So on your outgoing triggers over here, on success, send an event. And I think I called the teleporter mutator. I think I relabeled it that. So I'm going to go find that one. And then enable. Okay. So now when the timer counts down, it enables this big mutator. The other little ones for each island are already enabled, along with the barrier devices. Those are all enabled right now, so that way players can't just jump off the island or hurt themselves. So the mutator zones keep people from attacking each other while they're in the zones. And then the red barrier devices, I set them to invisible so they can look around and see all the other players on the other islands, and also down if they choose to. But those keep players in the area. It's just very important that when you're making a pregame lobby using barrier devices, that you set the barrier device to a hollow box. If you do not set hollow box, they cannot teleport into it or spawn into it. So make sure that it's a hollow box, and then you can set the I have it set to invisible, but you can set it to whatever you want. And just go in here, barrier material, and then it can be whatever you want. So I have it set to invisible so they can see. The mutator zones keep them from attacking each other, and the barrier devices keep them in place. The big mutator zone will be my teleporter. That's how I'll use them. And then I'm just going to place several teleporter devices in the sky over here. and that's going to be what the players actually teleport into. So I'll place just a couple of them, probably 4 or 5 or so. I don't know how many yet. They're not going to have groups or target groups, and they're always going to be enabled. The team doesn't matter. Just make sure, well, it does matter. Make sure it's set to all. You can make the rift visible if you choose. For now, I'm going to make it visible, so if I need to modify it later, I can easily to find it. Otherwise, you'll never see it. And then the rest of this is fine. The only other thing you want to make sure you do is the skydive after teleport, and make sure that is on. Because if it is not, they won't skydive like Battle Royale. So I'm just going to copy paste these kind of all over the place. Just kind of up in the air. Just place several of them so that way there's several places they can teleport from. Okay. So now I just need to make sure that these are all linked to the mutator zone. You can do it individually by going to each teleporter, or what I find easier, going to the mutator zone itself, and then on your output triggers on player entering zone, just find those teleporter devices and teleport. Pretty simple. Just gotta make sure you do it for each one. I don't remember how many I placed. I got teleporter 2, there's teleporter 3. Teleporter 4. And teleporter 5. Apparently I put 5. Okay. So now, whenever that 10-second timer counts down, anybody inside any of these islands will teleport randomly. They won't all spawn from the same teleporter. They'll have different ones, and they'll skydive down into the Battle Royale area below. Okay, so now we got that all set up in typical Battle Royale fashion. They will spawn up here, hang around for a little bit, and then teleport down and skydive into the area. The next thing we want to set up is your storm. I haven't done a lot of the storm things, so we're going to be learning this together, but I do know you're going to need several things, or a couple of these things. Let's see, which one? Okay, I don't need that one. I think this is what I'm going to need. Okay, so I think I need these two. You can do, if you want to make it just pretty generic, you can do a basic storm controller, which does a single phase storm. It's just one. Or if you want to get a little more advanced and make the storm move, yeah, I didn't mean to do that. You can do the advanced one here. So I need an advanced storm controller, and then an advanced storm beacon. So the storm controller, if I can remember, if I place it up here, is it going to mess everything up? Let's see what settings this thing has. That's the beacon. That's not what I want. I want the controller. There we go. Generate a storm on start. Yep. Yes, okay, so I do want the custom storm phases. And then you can control the radius of phase 1. Just leave that the way it is. And we'll set like, let's do it like a 20-second timer. No, we'll stay. we'll set storm sickness on. Okay. So that controls the first phase. And we're going to take this. And now you can place this somewhere where it's going to control this storm from there on. We'll set it kinda, it's going to be the same every time. And that little ring is how big the storm will be, so obviously we need to change that. So we're going to set this as phase 1, storm radius, we'll set it. Let's do, what happens if I do 2? And then let's do, the last one was 200, so let's do 150 meters. Okay, let's do another 10-second timer. And it'll take, let's do 45 seconds to get there. 1%, that's fine. Oh. That's cool. I can do it randomly. This one I think I'm going to do move to beacon. The others I might set to random. Okay, how big is that? That's still pretty big for a second level storm. Oh, where'd that thing go? There it is. These are hard to see. Oh, I'm gonna make that a little smaller, maybe 100. Let's see what that does. That's a little better. Okay. I'm gonna copy paste that. I'm gonna place it here. We're gonna set this to phase 3. Set this to a, let's do 75. 45 seconds should be okay. If I have to change it, I will. And this one we're going to set to randomly. I'm going to leave it at the default because I don't know what it's going to do. So there's that one. Yeah, that's the one I want. I'm going to copy paste this one. I guess I'll just place it in the sky too, who knows. We'll set this to 4. We're going to go ahead and lower this down a little bit more. Let's go to 50 meters. I'm going to go ahead and bump the damage up on this one a little bit. It's going to move randomly as well. That was at 10. I don't know why it changed. And we'll do one last one. This is going to be phase 5. This one's going to be 25 meters. Bump that up to, oh, I guess 5% is the next one. And we'll leave that as the final storm. Okay, so they're just going to kind of, the first one or 2 storm circles are going to be the same every time. And then they're going to get randomly from there. Hopefully putting them this high in the sky will not affect them on the ground. It'll actually work. But we shall see. Like I said, I haven't really messed with the storm controllers very much. So I should teleport into the sky. I do. Looks like the storms is working. That shrinks a lot really fast. I don't know if I like that. see what happens. The storm is closing in. Let's see what happens in the next storm. We got 10 seconds. That's moving a little bit too fast for me. There's my storm rings. That first one, maybe I need to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, where is it? Somewhere around here, looks like. There we go, I think I found it. I guess this is phase 2. So let's go find the first one. I placed it up here, I think. Somewhere up here. Oh, there it is. Phase 1 radius is 200. Why don't we make that 300? Delay time. Let's go ahead and set that to like, let's do a minute. I don't know what that means, so. Okay. Pass it again, yeah. We're gonna change a couple of these. Phase 2, yeah, we're gonna set this to 200. We're gonna do a wait time of, let's do 30 seconds. And the resize time, let's do a minute. Actually, let's do a little bit longer. Let's do like a minute and a half. And I'm gonna make it random. Okay, let's go find the rest of these. There's phase 3. Storm radius, let's do 150 meters. I think I had it 30-second wait time and 90 seconds randomly moving. Okay. Which ones? That's phase 5. I don't want that one yet. There it is. Storm radius. Let's do last one. Let's do 100. I don't remember what I did the last one at, honestly. Wait time 30 seconds. And let's make this one a little faster. Let's do 60 seconds on this one. Okay. And find that last one. There we go. Storm radius, let's do 50 meters. Let's do a 30-second wait. And let's try leaving that at 45 seconds. Okay. Let's see what that does. And I'm spawning in the sky for some reason. Shouldn't be doing that. I don't know why I spawned in the sky. I should have spawned up here. Let's try it again. Now I'm on top of my beacon. Whatever. I'll fix that in a second. I want to see the storm first. Oh wait. Okay. Alright. Alright, so that first storm's going to circle there. That's a lot better. Okay. Well, it's definitely shrinking. Alright, so far so good. Let's see what the next storm phase looks like here in about 20 seconds. Nitro splash, what is that? Oh. Nice. Okay. Looks like I got a pretty good handle on the storm. Now I need to figure out why I am not spawning where I should. Okay, make sure this is set to... Star should be spawning. Spawn pads, it's set to spawn pads. I don't know why. This should be a hollow box. It is. All of them should be hollow box. Is there one that I missed? No. I don't know why. But anyway, that should cover that. I decided to go ahead and, instead of making it 30 teams of one, to set it as a free-for-all. And the reason being, I'm not sure if this is going to mess it up or not, but the reason being I chose to do it that way instead is that way I don't need 30 separate score counters, score managers, and all that. I only need one. And I don't need 30 different team settings and inventory. I only need, like, well, technically none. So, but other than that, it should. Oh, another important thing. Under round, let's go back. Where was it? There should be a one that says, maybe it's under round. I thought it was round. Basically, if there's the last person, it ends the game. Just be careful with that because it will end literally the game and not the round. So just make sure that that is set the way you want it to be. So they say like last player standing ends the game. It will end, and if you have like 100 rounds, it will end the entire game. So just be careful with that. So this should be a good setup. I'll have to figure out why I'm not spawning into the barrier anymore. I was to start, and now I'm not anymore. I don't know what I hit to change that. I'll have to look at that and get back to it in a later video. But for now, this should take care of everything using the storm circles, using the mutator zones, pregame lobby area, and teleporter devices to get your players to teleport in and fly down to your area to play your map. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, or you can hit me up on Facebook at bar.gaming. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy creating.